Hello everyone and welcome to part 2 of my off-the-grid overview video. So for the purpose of this we're in Sulani just because we can and this world is so pretty, but do excuse my building because it is pretty terrible. I've used a few bits from the new pack. I don't like this roof, it's so horrible, but never mind. It's just so that I could test a few things out. And for the purpose of this video, I've got my Strangerville family here, except Dustin has aged down to a child as he was a teen in that series, because I wanted to see what happens if you have a child, if there's any restrictions there. So I've had a few comments in my comment section for the first part of this video, and basically I'd like to thank the people for the comments and also be able to share the things that they have shared with me with you guys, which is pretty cool. So first of all, the Senile Simmer mentioned that toddlers can't be bathed, and I do understand why they thought that, and it was a really good comment, but I've actually accidentally found a workaround for that, and this also applies to dogs as well, because basically you can't select it on the bath, but you can go to the toddler themselves, and if we find give a bath, we can actually give a bath to Amelia that way, which is really good, because I've played before a challenge where you couldn't use plumbing items and I had a toddler, and oh my word, it is an absolute nightmare if you can't bathe a toddler. So I'm really glad that they have actually made it so that you have a way of bathing a toddler. Another thing with plumbing items, you can craft on the woodworking table this toilet and this bath. Now if you look at the descriptions here, they don't actually say anything about being functional off the grid. Now the bath isn't, you definitely can't use that, which is a little bit of a shame. But the toilet, if you look down in the bottom right hand corner, it does actually say functional while off the grid, and these items do in fact work, which is really cool. Sorry, the toilet does work, but the bath doesn't, unfortunately. Which is a bit of a shame, but the really good thing is I'm pretty sure this toilet is really similar to the new items that we got with Island Living. So if we go to plumbing, oh no, I'm in my inventory, sorry. If we go to the plumbing, because there isn't a toilet with the Island Living pack, if we just find the bath and sink, they're not too far off colour wise to that toilet, which is kind of cool. So it's almost like it fits in with that theme, but we'll just get rid of these because we don't need them. Another comment I had was from Taste Like Maddie, who said that you can in fact upgrade items, and of course that means that although you can't clean plumbing items with the off-the-grid lot trait, you can obviously then upgrade everything to be self-cleaning, so it will clean itself, which is awesome. So that should work, and also that it makes you cleaner. So this actually is a little bit temperamental, because he's got the warmish wash from taking a shower off the grid, but sometimes when you've got an upgraded shower, they should actually get a moodlet, which should counteract, and it doesn't happen every time, as it didn't happen then, but there we go. He's now got So Fresh So Clean from an upgraded shower, which obviously would kind of counteract the +1 uncomfortable. The only thing here is he's now actually got Tense +1 from warmish water and uncomfortable +1 from brackish water, so it kind of counteracts it a little bit, but yeah, so it kind of helps, which is good. The only thing I've noticed obviously is if you've got the off the grid lot trait, the computers don't work, which means if you don't have any upgrade parts, you can't upgrade anything. So I did actually have to turn the lot trait off for off the grid, and so he could buy some parts and then upgrade it again. So having a computer somewhere on a community lot in the world would be really helpful if you want to play an off the grid sim. And here's a few little random items that I placed in, and this is really bizarre because the video streaming drone, they gotta stream it all. You can record. You can't stream because there's no internet, but for whatever reason, you can record. Why they've left this in, I don't know. Why they didn't just block all these out, I'm not quite sure. Because when you actually go to click transfer the videos to the music station, nothing happens. So that's really bizarre. Why they even allowed these items, why they allowed it to record, I don't know. Whether it charges, I'm assuming it does charge because I've used it. So that's really, really random why those items were even allowed, why it's allowed to be functional at all. Another one that I've noticed doesn't work, of course, is the robot vacuum. So if, to be honest, I can't say the last time I ever saw someone use one or use one myself, but this item doesn't work at all. So that just clears that one up. Here's a kind of funny one, is I placed this sprinkler in my other video and it randomly just sprayed out water, which is pretty cool. So I thought I'd test it next to some plants, and it does actually, although you can't use it yourself, it does in fact actually water your plants. So that's really cool. It kind of still works. I've been testing the wash tub. Now, I mentioned that you could probably use the wash tub, but in fact you can use it. Unfortunately, the Senile Simmer and Mishi Sense both let me know that you can't replace the water, which is pretty minging. So basically you end up with filthy clothing. Now I've added an additive to see if that would counteract it, and unfortunately it still says that the water is filthy. Now the Senile Simmer also mentioned that there is a mod that you can get, and I will link that mod in the description. It took a bit of finding, but I did manage to find it eventually, and I do apologise, I've forgotten the name of the person that actually made the mod, but it's linked in my description if you want to add that into your game. Otherwise, I'd probably say you're better off just not doing laundry with an off-the-grid sim, because I think it's going to be pretty annoying. Because for whatever reason, they've got dry clothing at the minute from the first load of washing that I did, but putting filthy clothing on is horrendous. The moodlet's terrible that they get for it. Another thing that I want to look at is the cook with gas function. Now, I mentioned this in my previous video that you can actually cook with gas. Now I did this, and I completely missed my sim cooking the meal, and then I'm like, hang on, where did it go? Because they cooked it, and then there was just an empty plate on the side, and I didn't twig what had happened. But basically, when you choose the cook with gas option, it only cooks one serving, and you can't choose another serving, which is really annoying. So I guess the only real way that if you want to cook some different meals and cook a full family serving is if you use the grill. Because look, he's just got one serving. How kind of annoying is that? I mean, you can choose to serve dinner here, but all it chooses is like your garden salad or your fruit salad. And again, if you go, yeah, you can do it in here, but again, it's just fruit salad and garden salad. And it kind of makes me think, do you know, if you've got the option to cook with gas, it should basically allow you to cook the grilled cheese or whatever else. I think it's egg and toast I've seen is another option, and do a family serving that way. And it should just use that function. But for whatever reason, they didn't do that. Another thing I want to show you is the toddler tablet works. There's all the functions there for that, which is good. Oh no, poor little Amelia. I can't give her a moodlet solver. I've given everyone else one, but I can't give her anything. Poor little thing. But yes, the tablet does work, which is really good. Because it's just easier just to keep your toddler happy and not have a miserable toddler, because they have mood swings enough as it is, without taking away things like that. I mean, they can get enough from all the other things. So if you don't want them to use a tablet for more realism of an off-the-grid lifestyle, then just don't buy them it, obviously. But it does work, and I thought I'd let you know that one. I've got a couple of bits over here. Dustin's back from school because he randomly wandered off. Where is he? This is child Dustin. Bless him. He's so cute. He looks much better as a teen. He definitely ages up better. But you can still use the science set, which is good. Because I wasn't 100% sure on that one. That kind of looks like a bit like a gas burner, but I suppose you can cook with gas and what have you. So I suppose that makes sense as to why that works. The children's school projects work. This is the electricity one. Again, I'm guessing it's not actually hooked up to the power, but it was worth taking a look at just to see. But the void critter table doesn't work. Which is a little bit of a shame, but to be honest, I don't massively use it. But I thought I would see what happened with that. One final thing that I want to mention is the cat litter tray. To be honest, I haven't actually seen the cat use this, but I'm assuming it does self-clean because it's not filthy or smelly, and I'm assuming the cat will have actually used this at some point. Actually, one final thing I can show you, and I've just noticed at the end of this video how many dirty plates and bowls there are everywhere, is that in fact you can actually still wash your pots. They do actually take them to the sink, which is good. But I did just have a little chuckle to myself when I noticed all the dirty plates that they've left around everywhere. This family is terrible. So that concludes this video. I hope that you found it helpful. Thank you for all the comments. I really appreciated people sharing things with me when I was sharing a video of things that I've discovered. I thought that was really nice. So thank you to Senile Simmer, Mishi Sense, and Tastes Like Maddie. I really appreciate your comments. And if anyone else has got anything that they want to share with me, then do let me know. I'm considering doing an off-the-grid sim video series where I would be completely having a sim live without all the use of all these fancy items, kind of in a bit of a survival style. So if you do think that's something you would like to watch, do let me know about that as well. And I really hoped you found this video helpful. I know there wasn't a lot more to show you, but I just thought I would go over a few little bits. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like. Please subscribe if you want to be notified of new videos. Please leave a comment. All comments are welcome, and I always reply as soon as I can. And I really hope you enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching.